Hello. Impermanence in architecture, the case of Premabhai Hall. Nature as a medium has lot to offer, such as its force and ability to drastically transform. People change, context changes, climate changes, times change. Then why shouldn't architecture be planned in such a manner to sustain this change and stay relevant with the changing times? While designing in the Anthropocene, it's essential for one to recognize the dichotomy that exists between permanence and impermanence. It allows one to develop a better notion of people, place, and space. Perceiving design as a continual state of transition that acts as a possible alternative solution to this change is the key to this idea. The case of Premabhai Hall is considered as a hypothetical what-if scenario understanding for this modular idea to be implemented in an exciting context as rich and dynamic as the old city of Ahmedabad, the Bhadra Plaza. Starting from a blank slate, the time period when the hall was commissioned in the 1960s, the design program is envisioned as an alternative approach of design, where the life of the building, being an auditorium, is mapped through a series of potential events while taking cues from the timeline of the context and thus framing it in the form of a storyline method. This allowed a better understanding of the change that accompanied a built form while questioning its relevance from time to time. The interventions thus planned are responses for the building to stay relevant and for it to sustain the changing times. Form follows climate. Form building is a response to its climate. The planning of the auditorium is done in a manner to respond to the climate as well as the changing times. Primary construction techniques with a futuristic understanding that the change it may undergo are used strategically for making the whole built form more responsive and adaptable. The age of innovation aimed at building an identity, the age of increased demand aimed at accommodating density and trends, the age of heritage renewed the historical essence of the plaza, and the age of interpretation left scope for the futuristic growth of the precinct in a self-sustainable manner. Each phase adds on to the mapping of sustainability in the life of this built entity, thus allowing it to evolve. The thesis is not looking at this storyline as something that challenges the existing, but rather draws attention towards possibilities that could be explored. However, phase 4 is not looked at as the end of the story, rather a milestone in the development of this plaza into a new age cultural hub woven around a built form and auditorium. The intention of the thesis never began from a climate sensitive approach, nor did it end at just that. Rather, it aimed and touched upon a larger picture where a sensitive design made more sense to achieve a sustainable model over time.